In the far north of Scotland, long before whiskey, haggis, or even bagpipes, the land belonged to bears. Not just any bears, mind you. Hulking brown beasts and possibly their icy cousins polar bears, who had wandered south when glaciers turned half the world into a frozen wasteland. Imagine that. Sutherland not just full of midges and sheep, but prowling white giants who fancied seafood suppers of seals, fish, and the occasional puffin. Yes, Scotland once had polar bears on the menu and maybe on the cliffs. The bone caves of Assynt still whisper their secrets. Fossils there, some 40,000 years old, show bears bedding down for winter, cubs squealing in the dark limestone chambers. Some bones tell a darker tale, gnawed edges as if the tenants weren't above eating one another when times got hard. Radiocarbon clocks reveal they clung on even through the last glacial maximum, when most of Scotland was buried under ice. Picture a stranded polar bear grumbling, "Wrong turn at Greenland," while chewing on shellfish to stay alive. Fast forward to the Stone Age and humans arrive. The bears don't stand a chance. At Skye's and Corrin Cave, a single bear toe bone turned up, probably a skinning trophy, the prehistoric equivalent of a fur rug in front of the fire. By the time the Picts showed up, the real animals were scarce, but the legends lingered. On stones in Shetland and Easter Ross, bears were chiseled as symbols of power, endurance, and maybe a warning. Don't mess with what used to roam here. Yet the bones keep turning up in strange places. A bear's tooth in Caithness, another in Orkney. Were they wild survivors, imported curiosities? Or, as one medieval wag might say, contraband pets with very sharp edges? Roman Britain certainly paraded live bears in their grim arenas. So Scotland likely got the odd cast-off, chained in a Broch courtyard until someone lost an arm. By the early medieval era, around AD 500, wild bears had almost certainly vanished. Some insist they clung on in hidden highland glens, shaggy ghosts haunting the forests as men with axes hacked down the Caledonian pine. If true, it's a tragic tale. The last Scottish bear skulking alone while monks scribbled gospels and kings squabbled over crowns. But more likely, their final role was humiliation, baited, traded, or turned into relics. By the 18th century, Edinburgh surgeons were sawing through imported bear skeletons, less noble beasts of the north and more laboratory fodder. So the next time someone tells you Scotland's wildest animal is the Highland cow, remind them, once upon a time, there were polar bears on Skye, brown bears in caves, and maybe, just maybe, a last lonely giant trudging into extinction while humans carved his image into stone. A darkly comic twist of fate. The bear went from king of the highlands to a Pictish doodle and a medical cadaver.